Hey Nancy Drew fans, we're back for Book 20, The Clue in the Jewel Box. Originally published in 1943 and revised in 1972, my version is a reprint that combines two books into one. This book begins with Nancy in the River Heights department store shopping for a birthday gift for her father. She finds an elderly woman who is obviously ill and helps her home. It turns out that Madame Alexandra is a former queen, and her house is filled with gorgeous treasures, including a Fabergé egg and a small figurine of a footman that holds the clue to a long-lost grandson. This mystery takes place entirely in River Heights and the surrounding area, so there's plenty of interaction with Hannah, Carson Drew, Bess and George, Ned, and even Helen, who has just returned from an extended trip in Europe with her new husband. I always loved Nancy's relationship with her father, and here we get plenty of endearing moments. At a father-daughter picnic for local attorneys in Walden Park, Nancy and her father take home top prize in many of the contests. And later there's a sweet scene with a Drew family twist when Nancy finds a man in her father's study pointing a gun at him. Nancy did not wait a second. Dropping her package, she seized a rock from beneath the window and threw it at the gun. The weapon went spinning from the man's hand. In a flash, Nancy scrambled through the window, snatched up the gun, and handed it to her father. Here's an illustration. The criminal element in this story is actually pretty dangerous, and there are several kidnappings and a vicious attack on Madame Alexandra, but once again, the random moments of action are actually more interesting. Nancy's on the River Heights ferry when there's a sudden thunderstorm and another ship runs into them. She's also trapped in a phone booth. She is shopping in an antique store when a taxi cab comes crashing through the window, and when she and Ned are on a date at the local fair, they get stuck at the very top of the Ferris wheel. In this book, poor Ned doesn't even have boyfriend status, and he's introduced with this description. Ned Nickerson and Nancy were friends of long standing. They enjoyed the same things and frequently went together to parties. Though she had many other admirers, Nancy admitted to herself that Ned was her favorite. On their date at the fair, he's so overjoyed when she clings to him on the roller coaster that he suggests they ride again. And later, he seems to really get her worked up about a missing friend, just so that he can take her for a walk in the moonlight. Well, if he wasn't in an accident, what else would have delayed him? Ned persisted. Lots of things. Thieves could have waylaid him, knocked him out, and stolen his car. Then let's get out of here and go look for him, Ned suggested. He was glad of an excuse to walk in the moonlight with Nancy. As they followed the road that wound in and out along the river, Ned felt only the romance of the evening. A few meals to mention. Nancy has a toasted cheese sandwich at a snack shop on the docks, and later she, Bess, and George go for tea and cakes with the Queen. For outfits, Nancy wears a pale tangerine gown to dinner at Madame Alexandra's, and she's also chosen to model a blue flowered silk dress with a train at a local design contest. Here's Nancy in the dress and a priceless tiara borrowed from Madame Alexandra as she falls from a broken stair. Just one making fun of Bess moment when the girls are discussing Madame Alexandra's Fabergé egg. Right now, I'll take my egg in omelet form without gold trimmings, said Bess, giggling. Oh, that appetite of yours, Nancy teased. Next up, The Secret in the Old Attic.